going to be tackled within mid, but the other guys over at long will be.
Yeah, it's a bit of a duo stack as well. You've got Shiro right up at the back, but still at least a bit of a trade from Jing, and then to flash out, create the pressure down B long.
Yeah, but you don't necessarily need to see Paper X keep on going with this one. You know, one of the approaches in running the double duelist is even though that they do lose something here, there's still going to be options for them. Jing can still run out with that Blaze as well. You know, I look towards what Paper X are running here, and we can potentially see some parallels to the likes of 100 Thieves, who will play Arsena on the Neon instead of the Phoenix here for Jing.
So those double duelists definitely possibly coming in handy, but as well, you know, this composition, especially Jing on the Phoenix, is something that Paper X are really familiar with. Now doubling back in towards V-Link, but Famous gets ahead.
Yeah, Famous back on his jet. You know, it's one of those agents that you would usually assume is very capable with. This time looking the wrong way, though, and he'll pay the price.
It's pretty interesting, isn't it? We've seen Famous on the Neon so far now, but back in Ascension last year on the Jet. But this time getting dicked out by Jing. A quad being picked up on the pistol.
Could be in for the ace to start off the affairs of Paper X here. NC Slasher, though, salvos, and a ghost in hand. This is all going to come down to what angles he can isolate and what shots he might be able to hit.
Jing looking a lot more comfortable. He's online for the ace as well, and receiving first contact, spots him out, and there it is! The ace to kick things off for Paper X.
And rotate, it starts to. NC Slasher is rotating over. First casualty is Jing. Forsaken falls too. That's an immediate shutdown on this bonus quack.
Yeah, Paper X gonna have to head off to find another opportunity somewhere else on the map, but I can't imagine too much going their way right now. Every single lane is being locked down.
And something not able to progress outside of club either, playing on that Marshall, so it's just dirty info for them at the moment that they'll try to recollect their forces together. Something I've been impressed with from Boom so far throughout this stage is their decision-making and their patience, right? Berserks, again,
That's
I'll highlight his util positioning, and I think most importantly, discipline has been gorgeous, but this time it's going to be NC Slasher and Famous here at B.
You know, if you would have told me that Boom would be a disciplined team for a controlled team,
yeah, crazy, right?
2025, yeah, I would not have pictured that, but they are looking phenomenal right now. Famous holding the angle, spots out, gets the information for the team as well. Divide trying to make use of the angle, but getting gunned down, a bit of a wall bang. Double kill now, looking for the third, but Patman will be able to answer back, but of course, not before the rest of the team, just as soon as possible. Jing with a run it back will continue pushing down a single lane. Berserks though holds down Halls with a lone shorty. Something tries to deal with him, will be able to do just that, but not before.
He got another.
Yeah, he took down a second player. Paper X now working at a numbers disadvantage, and the site is too hot for them to get the spike planted. Divide trying to provide some assistance, but that smoke goes a little bit too deep. Shiro and Famous have already gone past the sidelines. It's just something left now. Fake gate crash as well, but the spike still down. The stealth drone has spotted him out. This round is quite possibly over unless a miracle is pulled out of the hat.
Yeah, you just don't want to see Boom give him individual jewels.
He's got no util as well, Komodo.
Very difficult.
And speaking of how disciplined Boom has been, look at this!
30 seconds left.
No individual duels. Famous holding the angle, spots out the shoulder, headshot.
Talk about study. How much study can you get from a 13-1?
It's been a while, but you know, they are, you know, both Indonesian teams somewhat. Indonesian players both sides, at least right now though. Forsaken trying to create a little bit of pressure. Feeling some heat himself, getting taken out. Meanwhile, the site getting fired back as well. Forsaken though, with this Phantom pickup, will continue to push through.
And because it's a 2 versus 4 at the moment, Famous has to bring out the Blade Storm because the Outlaw is going to be that distant gun.
If he can find the right position for it at least, but look at Paper X.
Yeah, they've pilfered these guns as well, right? So now they're playing with Phantom, Vandal. We've seen Forsaken really be picking up the Phantom lately, and how damaging he's going to be able to be with that one. So this might be a bit of a thrifty to come through Paper X's way.
Well, at least they haven't quite sussed out Famous's position just yet. He has a slight opportunity, possibly, but he has to be very careful as well. The Nebula blocking so much of it off. DOS9 arriving right on time as well. Famous clears the angle, spots out Jing, has to back off.
Needed that shot, honestly. Time to be bought with the Blaze.
Okay. Can DOS9 pull a rabbit out of the hat? Not quite. It's going to be Divide with the Sheriff shot instead. Famous now goes for the peek, but Jing in with a flash. Oh, bit of a pop flash as well. So now Paper X looking to exploit the mid lanes.
It was just Berserks though, and he did have the Sheriff, right? Because Famous now has the Operator. I wonder if Paper X are going to be ready for this.
Would have to. Famous currently leading with 19 kills on the op right now, but instantly dealt with by something. Look at how he pilots that Yoru. Gate crashes all the way towards the back and throws it off sight lines.
I wouldn't be surprised if they want to just grab that operator and go for a save here as Boom. You're in a 5 versus 3 deficit.
Dodge it, holds the angle, but he is pretty much pinned down. Ooh, something. Tries to get ahead with a bit of a gate crash, but it's going to be a double for Shiro right now. Pop flashes as well with the underhand toss. Fragments to deter Paper X from pushing any further. Forsaken just re-peeking it though.
Yeah, spotted out by the drone. Wanted to try and bring something back into a workable scenario for Paper X, but at this point in time, some aggression dealt with by Shiro very nicely. And it's kind of just going to really stop Paper X here. The spike is down at doors. You've got an operator looking after that as well. I like the timing on NC Slasher getting out that drone, by the way, just to...
Not quite safe. Boom are suppressing them with a lot of stray bullets. Something holds the angle. Famous in with a shorty. Something tries to go for the flake, but gunned down by Berserks as well. The Forsaken flake not quite there. Tries to hold it off right around stairs, but Famous!
Jing, it cleared where DOS is playing.
Suppression blade though, spots everything out. Good little flash, but is it going to be enough? They know where DOS9 is. Patman will go in for the pinch. A little bit of utility as well, just to push NC Slasher off, but still trying to force it through. Famous will find a bit of a trade as he takes one down up B-long.
But now there's a gap in the map, right? Berserks has to fall back a little bit, play on the back of his utility that is still active. That turret, it's not spotting out anything, so he can absolutely play comfortable at this right line. And Patman, oh Patman, the gun barrel, I think it was just spotted. I'm not 100% sure, but it doesn't matter, because now it's all on Forsaken.
This is the worst spot for the spike to be dropped in, okay.
But now it's heard, right? 30 seconds to go. The turret has been recalled. Forsaken's going to get in towards the side. There's a nano to buy time.
That's exactly what I mean. And all he's got is just this sheer wall where currently placed. Might just give him some information. Arc Rose back in. Repositions, and now that's where he gets spotted out by Famous from the back into it. A bit of B-long pressure. Famous back in with the up, and he continues to lead, and up kills! A second one going through! A bit of a re-peek, slightly whisked right past by, and Jing will be able to escape with his life, but still pinned down around this pillar.
I don't know if they spotted DOS getting in towards the corner. They can't really flush him out, though, unless you want to try and invest a hot hands and play along the line.
I don't know. I don't think...
So far, though, Famous, his damage is done, right? 2 opening kills, a creep up behind the Nebula.
Oh, man. Still trying to go in off of it. At least the Blaze kind of healing him back up for just a bit, but Famous instantly deals with it using the shorty. Shira off towards B-Link as well, blocks again. Oh, he's ready to go into Devil Trigger! It's a collat! Instantly shuts down that run it back from Jing.
Blades out as well.
Paper X continuing to look to bully their way through into it. Famous will be able to pull out the blades, but here comes that Storm. Back into it with the shorty as well. NC Slasher holds down the line. Berserks to clean things up. Around the site. Shiro in to create some space around Art. Bit of pressure as well with the flash, and that allows for Famous to go for it for peek. Jumping Judge, and he finds the double, and that's the lockdown. Paper X has to evacuate the site. Patman unfortunately dug in a little bit too deep, and it's just a Vi off to A main, and they know exactly where he is. Shiro to sneak something through.
Which means you don't have them for the full post now.
Or at least to hang back and hold it long enough. Famous happy to take the fights. The rest of the team all holding up by B-Long, but take a look at the mini-map. DOS9, where's he going? Here comes Shiro, though, able to find a bit of a double. And Paper X able to answer back as well. Now Jing looking to tap the spike. DOS9's positioning,
it didn't get
on the peak. Might be able to surprise Paper X. They might have heard a peep as well, though. Now getting off the hand, but be able to hold. Patman in with the off angle. Tries to hold towards stairs as well. Bit of burst through, and that's going to be that. Patman in with the quad. What a debut.
Reveal, but it's all the players from Boom looking to get out into the site. Patman, yeah, that was a bit ill-advised. Forsaken couldn't get any trades there.
Way far too exposed, and Boom are just surrounding this site. Shiro holding down Halls. The rest of the team, you know, they have that Teo in play. Salvo's possibly coming back online at some point. Hall's not cleared, hello?
Yeah, not even looking for him. You had to cut a couple of corners there as Paper Rex, I guess. Like, I get the idea. But the fact that no one was just expecting him to play back holes.
Does he have it? It is Famous with the up, and he shuts Jing down again!
Yeah, he's on the dry line, just not expecting them to be positioned in connector when you 100% would have to assume so. It's dirty. You cannot just waltz out there as Jing, as a solo player, into a question-marked number. There could have been 5 Boom members at that spot.
No flash either, so it's really unfortunate, but at least Patman will be able to answer the Pat signal. Continues to hold the angle as well, but here it comes. It's going to be dueling mechanics. Divide in for additional support as well. Something arriving around B long, but it's going to be Paper Rex finding that pinch from towards the back of sight. Jing trying to force the issue with the flashes, but now pinned into his current position, and it allows for NC Slasher to find the double back in. Jing only finding one. Defy now has to hold and anchor down the sight, but in with the Armageddon as well. He feels a lot of pressure. The Cosmic Divide blocking every single sight line. Clones out, but instantly dealt with. Forsaken able to find a frag off of it. Steel Garden as well. But look at NC Slasher, ready to hold. Just something left. Lose this, and it's map point for Boom. He's got an Op Komodo. Peeks the close angle, swaps to the shorty, finds NC Slasher, and swaps to a rifle. Has a chance. But it's 2 players holding up by stairs. He taps. Creeps up front. Not quite finding Berserks. It's Berserks. Oh my god, and Paper Rex decide to push without stopping a single beat. The salvos will slow them down, but Jing happy to fire back. Defy with the support as well, but what is the spray transfer from Shiro? A bit of presence found by Forsaken, but now smoked off around stairs. He continues to creep through though. Position not quite found. Shiro lets him slip. And DOS9 will pay the price. Forsaken collects with the triple. Boom, keeping them split 3 and 2. Nightfall does find its mark. Jing in with a run it back as well. Defy to receive first contact.
Yep, they've called it.
And that is the entire round right there. Jing finding and dealing a little bit more damage to Boom's economy as well. 10 seconds and Boom looking for the save.
As I said,
Paper Rex.
You will have the Armageddon on NC Slasher as well as the lockdown, unless you want to try and get them in this round where you now have a player advantage.
The pistol kill.
This will push something off the line. They know that the operator is around this A site, but do they know that mid is being crept up on by Paper X?
Frag toss as well. DOS9 low HP back in towards mid.
They do invest the lockdown.
Spots out the next DOS9.
He saw Forsaken. He saw him as well.
And that's a lot of info. Lockdown investment might find its return right now. Armageddon pushes Paper Rex even further, and that's Famous with the blades. A lot of space being collected on by Boom. Just 2 players out from Paper Rex to convert this entire round. Is it doable? Not quite! Just Defy left, and he's spotted out by the back, knives in towards the neck of Defy. Famous! Just 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, well, this looks like it might be a bit of a quicker one over towards the A site. Berserk's down on the lurk with the mid creep up from Paper X. So you wait out these Thorns, and then you just call it go time.
Thorn setup does buy time, allows for something to find that pinch in through the smokes. Though, Patman, a little bit of a tricky spot, but at least his teammates are right around the corner to bail him out. Famous, trying to stay alive, trying to do as much damage as possible. Holds out the curveball. And
opening kill, well, he's still spotted out NC Slasher. Shiro down first, though.
Support from Forsaken as well. They do have that Shiro up by B main, so that looks to be Paper X's entire game plan. Push out on opposite lanes, have the Vice utility to block off the remaining ones. Off that instant pick, it's gonna be Prowler to confirm information right now.
I love this adjustment of the shear up through B, by the way. Unfortunate for DOS that he loses that kill. We saw in the game against Gen G how Boom wanted to just get up towards these choke points and kind of explode, right? That single shear kind of negates your ability to do that in the surprising fashion.
Yeah, Big Time mentioned that this was Paper X's sort of a perma-ban from the past 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Intentionally leaving it open.
Well, that's the thing, right? If you're going to leave this map open...
DOS9 back on the Sheriff, but something with a peek out.
Yeah, that's really aggressive and really nice as well, because you've dispatched of DOS9. How difficult does Ascent become when you don't have smokes available? You've used your Blaze, but you're now caught up in mid by the shear. I mean, you're not able to do absolutely anything there as Famous. This round is now very disconnected for Boom. And that's Berserks, one of the clutch kings of Pacific now.
Had a really good game last week, but right now with PaperX answering with force, you got 2 players staring down his barrel, so that's going to be a tough situation to fight out of.
If he won that, that would have turned this round absolutely upside down.
I still want to hold my breath, though. PaperX, we've seen them kind of
Something's on the
blunder
correct
before,
line.
you know. At least, yeah, something is able to watch the right line. But look at this little jiggle coming out from Shiro. Something fires back, re-peeks, updrafts away. NC Slasher still finding an attack. Special delivery at Something's feet, but who's on the other side of that cloud burst? It's Divide.
Too narrow focused on trying to find the kill.
0 point will call it clear. Well, that was an across the map 0 point from Patman,
Yep.
who holds down the line up around tree. So Cat is being blocked off now. Does Boom come back in to challenge?
Big duel for the newcomer to PaperX to win there, and he wants more.
Underhand toss, he tops in. Jing with the additional support. That is very lovely coming out from PaperX. Well called. The spike down on the ground. DOS9 to try to do some damage, but Jing, but happy to refill back in. Now continuing to hold off mid in case anyone crosses. It's Something. Double found. Continuing to hold the angle again. Forsaken to re-peek back into its B main. Confirms Boom's positioning. Smoked off once again. Fragment at his feet. Shot through the smoke.
And now NC Slasher.
Trying to play and stay alive close to the spike. Flashed and flushed over to the other position. Now slicing the angle. Patman finds him. The stray bullet catching his helmet. Been playing these initiators throughout his entire career. Now the shots through in the fragment as well. Just buys time, blocks off the lanes.
Oh, he tried to
Nightfall
knock
being
him in.
sent as well from Forsaken, but still Boom looking to push and punish their way through. Not quite happening. Divide watching the flank this time. Okay, but Famous able to answer. That's a Phantom picked up. Spike down as well. A possible round for Boom in our midst.
Oh, spotted. Needs assistance though, he's the only one here.
Jing is alone as well. Something to hold the angles, but ooh! Shoulder spotted. Not quite the angle to hold. It's all down to Jing as he spins around on a swivel looking for the frags, but DOS9
Pushing here every so often, you've got to watch for it, and they kind of do with Famous taking that position, but he loses his life. So 4-4, now looking for the post plant.
At least numbers found.
Divide as well here, Quack. One away from Steel Garden.
Boom just looking to keep themselves dug deep into the site. Something still back into the sight lines. Boom cannot give up their current positions. Meanwhile, the rest of the PaperX B squad, they have to break through the door. Divide finds the first, but Berserk's answers back. Now hopping off through, Forsaken will be able to find a collapsing shot. Berserk's to answer back as well, but in with the shorty. It's gonna be Jing who finds the double. And he pops it off. Spike still down though. And with that Steel Garden in play, the primary's jammed up. PaperX looking to push through. However, Boathouse not quite affected by it. Shiro will be able to hold it off. Still though. Now Patman trying to push in. Spotted out by Berserk's. PaperX's numbers starting to fall down now. And it's just Something left. Looks to try to save that up. And
Radar to be heard for Something who can challenge around this site. The flash gonna work a treat for Famous.
goes in for the swing. Something. Bit of a whiff as well. Now spots out Famous, but look at the movements!
Oh,
Just sachets himself into the site. PaperX, the rest of them looking to arrive on the scene. Patman alongside Forsaken, trying to span their way through. The hunt sent out as well. No, it's a seize. So the tethers reveal positions, and Patman! Reinforcements have arrived, but everything has been smoked off as well. Look at Something dive straight in towards Famous. The dive bomb exploding away happily. Shiro in with the shock dart as well, tries to track his head across, but Something continues to flick.
yeah.
Looks for the quad, but shut down right now.
Spike planted.
The spike will happily go down as well. Not much in terms of utility for Boom, just a paranoia as well as a dark cover. Market being blocked up as well. Not much can be done. NC Slasher for a bit of a trade. That should pretty much be it. DOS9 still trying to find as much as he can though, but Divide will happily tap away. That's to allow them to shut down that door in Boom's faces. Oh, look at that, still spamming through.
Something for the opener once more.
Looking like shades of his old self. still back in the site. Knowing that the door is broken, they're looking to re-peek back into it. Look at the dive in, but Famous, okay. Strays away with that stinger shot. Now Shiro back in. NC Slasher answering back as well. Now just down to Jing. Tries to reposition into the smoke, but is that going to be enough? The stinger sprays not quite favoring him. Yeah. Back possibly in towards Market. Berserks is holding the angle though. Finds the first and continues to burst his way through. Down to 9 HP, hit by the paranoia now. But Jing looks towards the back. Oh, that has possibly got to be the worst thing to happen right now, and that's just Devi left. Might be able to get his way into the site, but you're 1 against 5, buddy.
But let me tell you the story, Quack. When Paper X were looking for map point against Boom, and Devi got the plant and was caught with his knife out, and Shiro.
The utility for the team, he's a controller after all. Famous finding his off back in against Paper X. That's a double!
Yep, needs to heal though, 30 HP. At least it is an operator, so he can go for another challenge where Paper X want to go quickly now into this A side.
Okay. Shrouded steps past the door. Forsaken B hops in, gets the door down.
You could use Famous on this run it back as a glorified drone.
That's exactly what he's looking to do in alongside the rest of the team as well. But even as a sort of a drone, he finds a kill with a frenzy. Op shots fired back in. They know exactly where Jing is, and Jing looks to survive inside of hell. Smokes out, looks to peek through. Does find the first. Oh, but the shorty
coming in towards Ascent right now, where they're also looking pretty hot for this comeback. They're putting up their defenses. NC Slasher starting us off with 2.
Op still continuing to sing as well. Paper X. At some point, you gotta find other solutions.
How do you get Patman up? You molly.
You can't.
Oh, it goes a bit deep, and now it's done. 5 versus 3. 2-player advantage for Boom. An exit if they need 2 ultimates that they can invest here. A lockdown, an Armageddon, but at this point in time, Quack, there's a minute that you're gonna let Paper X just simmer in the fact that this round might be unachievable. It might be the 6th round in a row for Boom. 40 seconds, a lot of this input utility is gone, but Patman finds NC Slasher out in the open.
With a Spectre. Shiro, though, digs himself deep, tries to spray through with the Odin, not quite finding its mark. It's going to be Berserks now after the other end, but still, Forsaken continues to push through. Famous now looking to find a pick off.
Do you want to go for this? There is a Vandal on the floor.
Yeah, possibly going to pick that up. Support from DOS9 as well, who has been good on the clutch. At least to create a little bit more space. Will they make their way through to the lanes or from stairs? Split pushes for sure, but something happy to trade. Off to the other end as well. That's going to be Jing to clean up. Paper Rex. DOS9 digs himself deep into Wine. And see Slasher with the op this time. Will be able to block off Catwalk.
Yeah, would you expect that one? Shiro, though, onto Forsaken as well. Jing able to at least establish 1, but no trades. So Boom will hold player advantage ×2. And they just have to make sure that they don't drop this one from here. Good crossfire in through mid on the back of the alarm bot.
Discipline and positions still. Pop flashed over. Shiro peeks. And Devi and Patman happy to take this B site. Spike down now.
2
soon
very
enough.
nicely calculated 2v1 duels there, by the way.
NC Slasher could possibly swap the weapon over onto a rifle if they are to go for this retake, but Devi, happy to read, pushing further on through as well.
The Shear's just going to give up all the information. You know the flank is where it's coming from, and you're just going to play protected at the back of the site, because time is your friend now as Paper X.
Fragment 2. So Salvos block off stairs, special delivery, and he's looking to find a bit more space, maybe looking to pick them off. Paper X cannot make a single mistake. Devi with the peek out though.
Can't miss a shot here, Quack.
Now on a one-on-one, Patman holding, listening for the drop. The op still a very lethal threat. Hops on over with a shorty, and Patman creates more space in between him and his opponent just to bring the scoreline over the finishing line.
This attack already starting to clear out Arcade, getting up towards Tower, something dispatched of, first casualty.
And pulls the rotations completely over. Still though, oh, this is 2 players now stuck inside of Tower, but quickly dealt with as Famous tries to slide his way through. Now Jing answering back from Canteen, but at the same time, NC Slasher with that classic finds the right clicks. DOS9 just finding frags as well. Boom.
They're going to be quite proficient on.
Specifically Breach. It is his, most played agent in recent history, but still, that remains to be seen as PaperX tries to rotate their way over. Of course, though, Berserk's happy to lock down this entire lane with his Marshall online for the ace now. But something is still nowhere to be found. In fact, just hiding up around Canteen in a little corner behind the sky smoke, but...
Ace.
Oh.
Ace. Ace.
You see him just making a bit of noise.
He was seen.
Mini-map at least. Famous trying to give him the ace, and there it is! Berserks to collect on it.
It's the round that they should be winning.
Could even be both, but at least PaperX currently pushing out Tree, spotted that everything is clear, now has to hold in towards the B site. Jing, as well as Patman, able to anchor in towards Arcade, though, pushing past the smoke. Jing with the stimmy. He's still going on a bit of a tear until he drops down. Forsaken to collect from Tower. Needs to try to sneak past.
Yeah.
Has to keep their eyes trained down in towards Tunnel as well still, because Famous continuing to poke and prod.
He's done his job, though.
Yeah, that's just going to buy a lot of time away from the spike. Now Jing trying to fire back, will be able to refrag, but Berserks instantly refills that position. Now you got Tower as well. NC Slasher is holding that down like nobody's business. Something though. Okay, able to flick back towards it, but yeah, I mean that's the round already.
Yeah, the one versus 4 is not going to come out from. We've seen this before. I think we saw 2 casualties.
Alt combos and the stealth drone out towards Tree as well. Now here comes Forsaken with the overdrive, but he's shut down by DOS9. Berserk's finding a frag in towards the B side as well. So it's just Devi trying to hold the off angle. He's been smoked off. Does have an Arc Rose to play with, and that's the flash, but he flashes himself as well! Oh, what a blunder! Something has to come up huge. 1 on 3, he takes down the first. Does have some utility to work off of, but not quite a lot of health. Holds and hugs the wall.
Oh, they've snuck out, haven't they?
Sneaks in, and the stun reveals his positioning. You don't quite have the position to pull off the salvos either now, so you're flushed out. But he finds the tap! What is that from something? 1 apiece! Hit with a lot of utility. The salvos flushes him out of position where he's not quite able to recenter himself. Forsaken, though, arriving on the site. Will be able to find a single frag, but Rolling Thunder now collapses through. Needs to hold out around a main where the door gets pushed upon by Famous. Jing, though, happy to push into the smoke to just find a bit more space. Second frag found. Now a 1 on 2. Not much in terms of the utility department, though. Just a smoke, an incendiary, and he has to really suss out these positions. So maybe a bit of smoke for cover just to allow him to deal with the site. So isolating angles at least for now. Oh, he actually pushes through. But DOS9 respecting it, does have the incendiary as well. So this is a really tough spot for Jing to be in. Flashes, dodged. Jing still strafing alongside. Everything's being found. NC Slasher just toying with his prey.
Bolt at the moment.
Okay, well at least PaperX going for that pinch again, and it's going to be a bit of an empty position played by Boom. They try to flash themselves back into play, but something barrels through. The trade protocols are there for PaperX, and it's just DOS9 stunned up.
Yeah, we got to remember, Forsaken, he tried to do everything there, but the counter Neon in Famous is what I'm trying to highlight here, and it's just a little bit too late.
A little bit shy in terms of the timing, but still not undoable. Does pick up the frag and the spike. Has an opportunity to find his way into a site. The question is, which one is it going to be?
I like that Devi and Jin recognize that it's a 2 versus 1, and you can play to the strengths. You go towards the B site because Famous, well, if he goes towards B, you've got all your utility, but more importantly here, Quack, it's the numbers game.
Yes.
You play to the percentages, which is what PaperX need.
I love that you highlight that, Komodo, but I am also very much so reminded of a very similar scenario that we saw last week against Munchkin. They had numbers. It also kind of fell by the wayside. Can PaperX prove everyone wrong this time? Spike will go down.
This ain't no Haven though, Quack. That's the thing. No dark cover. Famous 1 versus 2. Only his gun and his sprint.
Still positioned up top.
Timing.
PaperX creeping forward, now spotted. Famous knows exactly where to look. The spike trying to get ahead of it as well, but we do have a slight repeat of the zipline incident from years ago. Now,
hey, at least it isn't everybody.
Yes. Boom still stopped in their tracks, and that is the main story of what's happening in this round.
Yeah.
Famous, though, trying to create some presence of his own while the Bravo squad heads over onto the A site. Something quickly deals with the early presence made known. And then a bit of a trade coming out from Jing. DOS9 to trade up his own as well, now looking for the opportunity to sneak into the site. Patman alone to hold. He does have Jing right by him. But look at that spray! A bit of a trade coming out from Jing! The site, DOS9 into the smokes as well. Oh, Forsaken, Famous, he's trying to get ahead of it all. Brimstone ults all across the map. Lockdown in play as well. Forsaken able to hunker down, but DOS9 for the trade. That's a bit more space in towards spawn now. The rest of the Paper X squad all coming out from main.
Still got the Armageddon, remember.
Aftershock, Boom still happy to hold. They don't quite need to fight. They don't quite need to peek. And that's where the onus falls on the Paper X.
Armageddon in 5 seconds till salvos.
Just holding, just waiting for it. Paper X still trying to barrel their way through, but nothing much found, just a bit of a frag. Jing takes down NC Slasher, but there's the utility. Goes in for the peek, tries to isolate more duels.
And that's it.
And that's a salvos. The time has been burnt. Jing knows it, the round is over. Berserks and NC Slasher, they've been pretty darn good so far, and that's gonna be that fault line. NC Slasher coming in with the support. Trades found for Boom. But Paper X finds their own trades as well. A third one now as Shiro gets taken out.
Going
Famous though.
Before the flashes, a bit ill-advised.
It's a little bit tough, but still DOS9 now trying to get ahead of pressure. Does push Davai out of position. Low HP as Forsaken tries to hold the off angle, but now as he turns back around, that's another kill found for Boom. Jing, it's all down to you. Low HP as well as he swings out. DOS9 to find the easy shot in towards center mass. It's going to be a little bit tough as Boom are looking a lot more confident. The stun, though, will help out just a bit. Jing to answer back, and now the stun's coming through once again. It does give away in positioning, though, but still, Paper X not quite able to break past through these choke points.
And they're locked. They are locked in. They have to either fully disconnect here, or they have to try and just win it. A single duel. That's all the info that Famous needed.
And more of the lines being locked down, especially with the Outlaw being reloaded. Just Stinger and Spectre, something at hand, trying to spray through, spray pass. It's not quite happening. Very much comfortable in their sights. A little bit of a flash up though, and Forsaken tries to answer back. Sprays through the smokes and does find a double. A bit of an opportunity for Paper X to answer back.
You gotta remember, bullets through smokes can be traced. Two-player advantage for Paper X at the moment, and you know, Quack, the Boomer, gonna give this one a crack.
Happy to, but Patman, recognizing that as well, holds the position. Famous in with the Outlaw now, spots out Forsaken. DOS9 taking that opportunity to peek out. Famous now finding the trade, and both Neons kick things into high gear. Forsaken off towards the other line, expects and anticipates seconds left, and you're starting to feel that pressure. Will Paper X crumble, or will they stand tall? Something at least tries to fend them off, but DOS9 to punch right back.
Rolling Thunder in, it'd be really good here.
Patman trying to get the best possible timing for it. Stunned and concussed up. He's just waiting for the go signal. There it goes. Unfortunately though, Boom, they've avoided most of it. Famous coming out from the A main position. Patman trying to slow him down. In with the sprays, Jing with the support, and that's Paper X being able. And Boom possibly looking for exits right now. Salvos to flush them out of position. Paper X throws back utility of their own, while Boom looks to close in the distance. Out by tower, DOS9 finds one. He finds two! Davai though, able to hold it off. Needs a little bit more, he peeks in!
No salvos.
Zero answers back. And now it's just a one-on-two. Something needs to find all of it. He feels the pressure of the spike being defused, and he peeks out the molly. Can Forsaken find a little bit more to keep Paper X invested in the game? Tries to hold tower with the Bucky. That would be an optimal spot. Armageddon from Paper X as well. But still Famous, beginning to find an opening. The spike is down, and Paper X needs to hold, but they're beginning to push out a little bit more. Trades found by NC Slasher. Now Famous looking to take space up by tower. Trades found by Jing once again. 2-on-2, but something holding the exposed angle. Now it's a tough spot for Jing to fire through. Tries to clutch it out, but DOS9! Guardians, bit of a Vandal for Davai, but still, as they try to push their way into the site. Orbital strike at hand as well. Famous re-peaks with the Outlaw. Forsaken answer back. But now, a lot of the site being smoked off. Something has to hold out towards the top, but Shiro trading right back. Numbers advantage somewhat, but NC Slasher has an angle. Petman at least, the spike down, waiting for the fault line to come back alive. Forsaken has to play a very careful jiggle because he's pretty much sandwiched in. Flashed out.
There's salvos now.
And a lot more as well. Tries to flush Petman out of position. Here comes that fault line. Forsaken springs! Looks for the slide in! And that's the Guardian to keep Paper Rex alive.
Lockdown, you're getting closer to an overdrive.
Not even taking full knee either, because they're happy to go in for that scuffle against Paper Rex. Forsaken, though, looking to collect as much as possible. He needs as much as possible for the rest of the map. You can see it all written over his face in the previous player cam. The situation is tense right now, Komodo.
Yeah. But it's okay.
Spike planted.
This is one of those rounds for Paper Rex that they should be winning with 5 alive.
Should be.
And they may. Hey, they may.
12-9 and Boom looking to hold for exits at least. Something beginning to peek out. We'll spot out DOS 9.
Yeah. And the thing is, it does more damage in these scenarios to Paper Rex than it would to Boom, right? Because they already have the ults for the players that are alive. There's one gun down. So one is the pass. One of those full retake rounds for Boom.
Especially with that possible lockdown as well, as long as Berserks goes undiscovered, but now spotted out by Jing, so lockdown gone. But you do have a player up towards spawn.
Cheeky.
Main as well. Paper Rex has to hold it safe. Something playing into the drop position. Jing now pushing out. Davaya as well, but now Famous comes back in through Sands, where he finds Jing's head. No more Teho in play. Davaya to duke it all out. 1-on-1.
It is planted for him.
No Arcros though. After shocked out, an NC Slasher trying to clear as much as possible. Goes in for the tap to flash.
Oh, he's self-blinded!
He bounced off of it, and that's the entire map. How did that just happen? NC Slasher